Hello, welcome back to Moulin de Quinault. It's been a while since we've put anything online, but we have been busy. We've been working, filming with the guys at Channel 4. We've now finished the ensuite, and we've finished the dressing room and the master bedroom. We've also managed to finish the utility room as well, so that'll allow us very soon to try and get a kind of permanent base in the mill as opposed to within the gîte. So today we're working on the facade, so just let me turn the camera around. So we're due for the renderer to start in about 2 weeks time. So this whole facade is going to be a cream waterproof render. So we've erected the scaffold, we've got a little bit to do at the top and then same round the side. So what we need to do, or before the render comes back, is there's a section at the top which is going to be in slate, so it's like a cladding. Now that'll be about 900mm down from the coping stone at the top. The intention of that is, if you're looking at the property from the bridge, then it in essence looks like a roof from the bridge rather than a balcony. We have done the right hand side, so I'll just show you that so you can see what's what. So up the top here between the scaffold, so there's a section of that 900mm, we said, that's timber battens, and then it's slate, and then we've got some zinc flashing at the top, so it really reads like a roof. So what we need to do again is we also need to install sills on the windows that we have installed. So we've got some aluminium sills that we need to paint, and then we need to install them in each of these locations. So we've got 10 on this elevation in total, and then we've got another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this elevation. The other thing I'm also doing, as you can see up here, there's been a number of structural cracks in both the reinforced concrete and, more significantly, between the junction of what was the concrete silos to the right of that crack and effectively the old blockwork section of the silo. So again, it's just a junction between the two. It's not something we're overly concerned with, but we are going to rake them out, and we'll show you how we're going to repair and repoint them as well. So let me grab the tools. We'll start on that first one that we've prepared, and then some more up the top as we work our way up. So we'll just reposition, get ourselves some materials and some mortar, and we'll take it from there. So here we are, a bit closer to the work face. Here, the reason that's blown is actually there's a joist through there, so there's the old joist position, which we have actually, so we've raked out the joints, we've used a grinder to open up the crack. These ones here, the light grey, we've actually used a repair epoxy into that joint, as you'll see there, and into most of the significant joints. Here again, we've repaired that. So we're just now going to go back and we're going to just fill the larger cracks with a relatively strong sand cement, relatively dry mix as well. The end of the timber joist we've actually just painted with some bitumen paint just to protect that from any moisture. What we'll do now, we've got some PVA, so just wood glue mixed with some water in this bottle. So we will apply that to the crack just to give us a better key and stop really the brickwork sucking out the moisture out the mortar and making it crack. So we'll set up the camera and then we'll crack on. I'm just going to liberally apply some PVA and then we'll work it in with a brush. These are the cameras moving, but we are sitting on the scaffold, so So we'll just start at the bottom, working our way up with the mortar. And the best way to do this is actually to use the back of the trowel. Don't worry at this stage about the final finish or whether it's flat, just get the material on the wall. Again, just working the mortar into the cracks. Try and get a key on existing brickwork and blockwork. Using the trowel just to see it out of the wall. I really want the first one just to try and key into the wall, and then we'll store this and then we'll do a second coat which will key to the first coat. Do this crack now. We've got a 20mm render going on this wall, so it needs to be level, but it doesn't necessarily need to be perfect. So this will just save the renderer a bit of time when he comes back, and he's not having to repair all these cracks and holes. Almost there on this one. So we've finished the one below, and then we've jumped back up again. We've prepared this one. You can see the kind of grey resin at the back. This is slightly deeper, so we'll probably have to do this one in a couple of goes, just so we don't build up too much mortar. So again, we'll hit this with a PVA. Here on this joist there's a couple of nails just to give a bit of a key to the mortar, and then we'll go again. Again, just hit this with PVA. So, same process as before. I'm just going to throw the mortar into the back of the crack. I'll fix it on the facade. Just a small trowel. Now, pointing drawing, I'm going to use that just to get it full into the back of the truck. I'm just going to go over this with a brush. I'll just give it a bit of a key just for the final coat of render. So we've jumped up to the top of the scaffold and we've just cleaned this crack out. You can see, possibly see, through there. That's the repair that we've done from the inside of the building. So again, we'll just finish this crack by filling it with resin, and then if we need to, we'll mortar the top. This one here is just a small hairline crack, so we've just taken the grinder with the abrasive wheel and taken it out, and we'll just again fill that with resin. So that's what we shall go and do. So we're continuing with the work on the facade. We're just putting battens on from a great height. So we're just putting battens on the exterior top section of the silo. So these are our battens, and then we've got some counter battens for the slate. So we're just working our way along, 400 centres, and then we'll start putting our battens on for the slate clips. You've got a membrane to go on this, I mean, just to protect the facade. It's fine, it's probably overkill, but we'll put it in anyway. So we'll just continue on and hopefully get to the end soon. So, little update. We've continued today, and we've also managed to get some slates on and some zinc flashing at the top, which we'll just mastic in place. So that is really our rain screen slate cladding. So we've got more to do. You'll see how it goes together. So we've got the battens at the end, and then we've got a membrane, and then we've got the lats. So the spacing between the lats is 80, which means the gap between the top and the bottom of that one is about 110. So that dictates the gap here between the tile. And then we've got slate clips, as they tend to use in France. There's occasional ones at the top that we can't fix with a clip, so we've just fixed that with a nail. And then we'll put a flashing on to conceal the top. So from the bottom, or the garden, it kind of reads like a roof, which is what the planning guys wanted when we had that initial chat with them. So we're going to continue on now, just putting the rest of the membrane on, these lats at the end, and then we'll continue with more counter battens, and then we'll continue with the slates. So we're back up on the last elevation we need to finish. As we've said before, we've got the vertical upright sound, we've got the membrane, we've got our counter battens, and we're just walking along doing the slate. It's a much better day today. We've been battling with the rain the last couple of days, but today it's nice and sunny. Not that we can really take advantage of the view because we're busy facing inwards rather than outwards. So hopefully this is the last piece of slate. We've still got a fair bit to do, probably another 8-9 metres, but we'll continue on. So we're at the point now that we've done all we can to the facade. So we've done the slates to the top, and then we've done all the repairs to the concrete, we've done all the cills, we've done the downpipes, and then we've done all that elevation as well. So we've got the slate at the top, all the cills are on, all the repairs, any holes for lights, So now just time for the renderer.